What's going on, guys? My name is Martinio and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and a brand new episode of my Billericay Rising series. If you joined us last time out, you will have seen we rounded out the episode with an absolutely fantastic 5-1 win away to Harrow Borough, which was kind of expected. I think you could say, considering where they sat in the league, it was kind of expected, but nonetheless, like I said, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and we did that, and we did it quite emphatically. Today's episode, as we mentioned last time out, our live com will be away to Lowestoft Town. But before we jump into that, we have a little bit of team news, and as always, we've got some highlights, starting with our FA Cup tie at home to Market Drayton. And this was a bit of a disappointing game, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. There were 5 goals in this game, and all of them came within the first half hour. It was ourselves who got the opener. Simon Muller, once again continuing his good form to put us 1 goal to the good. But we were in front for barely 4 minutes before Market Drayton pulled level. JJ Melligan with a very, very good effort that clattered off the bottom of the post and into the net. I can't really put blame on Rascioni in the goal there for that one. I was more annoyed by the fact that we didn't close him down and gave him so much time to set himself and get that shot away. But they weren't on level terms for very long, as once again we retook the lead. And it was Jake Robinson in what I can only assume was a GW, or described as being a GWFM certified fail of the week. I'm not sure what the defender was doing, whether he was trying to nod it back to the keeper or it was just a poor piece of control, but the ball sprang loose, Jake Robinson nipped in, and the keeper kind of looked like a deer caught in the headlights there because he didn't know what to do, and that made it 2-1. And then 4 minutes later, Ricky Modeste once again turned provider for Simon Muller. A lovely cross, and he made no mistake to make it 3-1. But again, Market Drayton just wouldn't go away, and it was only 5 minutes after we'd got our third that they pulled one back. It was George Bowerman this time, and this one annoyed me even more because the cross wasn't brilliant. He had time to take it down, which he shouldn't have done, and then the ball just ran right under the goalkeeper. So, very disappointed about this. But that's the way the score stayed. As I said, all the goals came in the first half hour, and while we got the win and we progressed, it was disappointing. And I think, honestly, we should be beating sides like this, A lot easier, and B, by a much bigger margin. Following on from that, we return to league action as we travel to Imperial Fields to face Tooting and Mitcham, and this was a much better performance. We had the better of it through the opening exchanges, and eventually we did take the lead, and again, no prizes for guessing who it was. Simon Muller once again popping up with Louis Theophanos being the provider for the goal there to put us 1-0 up. And in the second half, we doubled our advantage, and it was Jermaine Pennant's initial shot that was palmed away by Merson in the Tooting and Mitcham goal. And it was Danny Waldron, surprisingly, who was on hand, stealing in from deep to nod in the rebound for what I think it was his 5th goal of the season, and that made it 2-0. And that's basically the way the score stayed, and it was just a much better defensive performance. That's what really impressed me about this one. It was a much better defensive performance. We didn't allow them to have a single shot on target, which was good there. So yeah, we need to start playing like this in regards to defence a lot more, especially against lower league opposition. Because, like I said, I'm still a little bit annoyed about that Market Drayton result. But nonetheless, we got the win, and what that actually meant with results elsewhere, we returned to the top of the table. Because, as you can see, Tonbridge Angels, who were originally top of the table, actually lost at home to Dulwich Hamlet. And that gave us the opportunity to return to the top of the table, as you can see here. So we're a point clear at the top. We do still have that game in hand over the teams below us, so we could turn that 1-point lead into a 4-point lead once our game in hand shakes out. But yeah, there's the league table for you guys. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to take a look at a couple of snippets of team news. Then we're going to have a look at our opposition and get today's live com game underway. So the first bit of team news we have for you is basically this. So Billy Bricknell decided that he'd rather have a lay-in than turn up for training, and so he completely missed that. This wasn't what annoyed me, the fact that he missed training. What annoyed me was his reaction to what I did. So he was shocked to have been handed an official warning for missing training. It's like, I'm paying you to come and train and be ready to play, not to sit on your arse at home playing with your ding-dong. Alright, so yeah, that annoyed me a little bit, that he was shocked to have received an official warning. If he starts rocking the boat, that I am going to get rid of him. He did start the game on the transfer list, and I'm kind of sort of seeing why now, because while he hasn't played a lot of football for us, I gave him an opportunity against Pontefract Collieries, which he should have been wiping the floor with them. He did have the ball in the back of the net when it was offside, but that's the only thing he did of worth, is score a goal that was eventually ruled out for offside. That's the only thing he did. So, yeah, I'll see how it goes, but at the moment it's not looking good for him. And if the opportunity comes, if somebody comes in and says we'd like him, I probably will end up getting rid of him. I don't want to, but if he's going to start rocking the boat, like I said, I will get rid, and we'll move on. And the final bit of team news we have for you is on the cup front, because as we saw in the highlights, we beat Market Drayton in the second qualifying round, which meant we moved into the draw for the third qualifying round, and in that draw we were drawn away to Faversham. And I'd say they're about the same sort of level in terms of quality as Market Drayton, so realistically we should be winning this game. They're in the league below us, they're in the Bostik Division 1 South, so yeah, like I said, realistically we should be brushing teams like this aside and moving on, but it's never always the case. But we'll definitely have highlights of this game in the next episode, and hopefully we can progress and keep the FA Cup run going. But now we're going to move on to today's livecom game, which, as we've said, is away to Lowestoft Town. And we're going to start off by taking a look at some of the key employees, starting with the manager. So it's Dale Brooks in charge, 54-year-old English manager, probably better as a coach, as you'd say, but his stats are pretty good, considering, you know, man management. I'd say of the managers in terms of stats that we're going to be facing this season, I'd say he's probably going to be one of the better ones. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with this. Continental A license and a decent reputation. So yeah, we're going to have to be on our toes and wary of this guy. The captain is Dean Leacock, 32-year-old central defender. And again, stats are okay in the right places, I'd say. The positioning's pretty good. The only thing that probably lets him down is the pace there. So we're going to try and exploit that as best we can. The vice-captain is Travis Cole, another central defender, but this time 19 years old, so probably one of their up-and-coming defenders there. Can't really take much away from the stats because we haven't really got him scouted, but yeah, he is the vice-captain. The key player is Jake Reed. He's their forward, their main man. 9 goals this season from 13 appearances, so he's pretty good form, I'd say, and looks okay. He's got decent pace, and his finishing and his first touch should be pretty decent, I'd say, for this level. The hot prospect is Rudy Clark, a 19-year-old central attacking midfielder. And yeah, again, we can't really take much away from the stats because we haven't got him scouted, but his pace and his dribbling could be causes for concern, and he's not done too bad this season. A 7.01 rating, 12 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists, so probably going to have to be on our toes. Looking at the recent form, not too bad actually when you look at it. They beat Braintree Reserves 5-2 there, which is a pretty good result. I don't know why they're playing the reserve side, but they beat them, I suppose. The more impressive result is this one here. They beat Dulwich Hamlet away. Dulwich Hamlet are a very, very good side. They're one of the top sides in the division, I would say, this season. So they beat them 4-3 away from home, which again, very, very good result. They then lost to Burgess Hill Town 2-1. At home, which is, you know, I'll probably say they're a bit disappointed. And then they faced Peterborough Sports. They drew 3-3, which I imagine this is the FA Cup that they were playing them in. And then in the replay, again they drew, but they eventually won 5-4 on penalties. So form-wise, they're not too bad. They've definitely got something about them. The manager's pretty good, and they've got some decent players. So we are going to have to be on our toes. As I said, Jake Reed is the top goal scorer with 9 goals. You've got Adam Smith with 7 assists. And the most player of the match awards is, once again, Jake Reed. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to have to be on our toes against this one. Even though they are in 16th position, the fact that they beat Dulwich Hamlet away from home gives you an idea that they've maybe just not had they're missing that little bit of luck in certain areas, in certain games, I'd say. So, yeah, we're going to have to be on our toes for this one. And what we're going to do now, though, is we are going to jump down to the pitch. We're going to take a look at the sides, and then we're going to get this game underway. So here we are, guys, just ahead of kickoff, and here are the teams. And we're going to start off with the home side first of all. So It's Ben Dudzinski, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in goal for Lowestoft. Then we've got White, Leacock, who we mentioned in the build-up, Westlake and Barker covering the defensive positions there. Then we've got Finnegan and Hod starting in the centre of midfield with Zilonka. I think that's a Jacek Zilonka. I can't pronounce I can't speak. I can't word today. Leave me alone. Then it's got Jarvis sitting behind Daniels with Bourne on the left-hand side. For ourselves, pretty standard lineup, the one we've kind of become used to, I suppose. Alan Julian in goal with Kebe at right back and Smith at left back, with Inman partnering Payne in the centre of defence. Then we've got Danny Waldron and Jamie O'Hara starting in the centre of midfield, with Jermaine Pennant and Jeremy Lynch either side of them. And then Simon Moller is partnered up top once again by Louis Theophanos. In terms of the team talk, I'm going to be calm, or no, actually I'm going to be assertive. And I'm going to tell them we've been on a good run lately, so go out there and impress me, because I don't want to be too overconfident and say I expect to win, because these guys, they're in decent form, Lowestoft, so I don't want to be too overconfident with them. So yeah, we'll go with this one. Been on a good run lately. I'm also going to give Simon Moller a little bit of an individual talking to. I want to see more of the same, because he has been absolutely on fire recently. So yeah, but I'm not going to push it any further. I'm going to leave it at that, and yeah, let's get this game underway. So here we go then, guys. And we're playing in red, so and it was ourselves getting things kicked off, and probably a nothing opening highlight to get things started, but yep, there we go. So first proper highlight with just under 10 minutes gone, and it's a penalty. I'm not quite sure what that's for. I didn't really see anything there, but it's a penalty. And I think it's going to be Danny Waldron to take it. He's our normal penalty taker. Is it Waldron? Let's just see. It is Danny Waldron. Is he going to add to his tally? He is. Keeper went close though. Wasn't too far away. But Danny Waldron makes no mistake. And that's his his fifth goal of the season, that one there. So yeah, pretty good penalty. Keeper got close to that one. So yeah, we're 1 goal to the good. And there's half time. So barring the goal, nothing's happened. It's been a very, very quiet first half, and I'm just going to tell them to, you know, keep going. They can do better, because like I said, there's been nothing happening, so they're not probably creating many chances, and we're not creating any real chances of note. So yeah, I'm just going to tell them to keep going. Probably going to give these two maybe a bit of a kick up the backside, because they're not playing brilliantly. Just going to tell them, you know, I've got faith in you. You guys can improve. But apart from that, maybe give Jeremy Lynch a little bit of faith there. But yeah, like I said, not much happening, and hopefully the second half is an improvement. But it's going to be Lowestoft to kick off this time. Again, probably just the obligatory opening highlight to start the half. Okay, so same sort of thing, not really much happening. We've already got about 15 minutes left, but Danny Waldron's picked up a bit of a knock, so I'm going to bring him off for Rob Evans. And also, Jamie O'Hara is looking tired and he's on a booking, so I'm also going to bring Kevin Foley on. Now, normally Foley plays at right back, but he can play in the centre midfield, so we're going to play him in that ball-winning midfielder role, and we'll play Evans as the central. We'll play him in a straight central midfield role, I think. But yeah, that's probably the only changes I'm going to make. I would like to bring Elliot Kebe off, but considering I've just brought our right back on to play central midfield, probably not going to happen. So we've only got 15 minutes left. Would like us to maybe go and get that second goal. You know, I think I'm going to bring Theophanos off for Jake Robinson as well. Jake Robinson, I think he can get a goal for us. Maybe put this game to bed. But yeah, 3 changes. Maybe ill-advised. You watch someone get injured in the first 5 minutes and just be down to 10 men. But there are the changes, and hopefully we can go on and get that second goal. So, first proper highlight of the half with about 2 minutes left of it. And here's Payne making a very good tackle. Evans now tries to go forward. Here's Kebe getting back, and Julian with a long ball punt forward. Is there going to be some sort of a sting in the tail for us? Is that what's about to happen? Because it kind of feels like it's going to be one of those games. Oh, and it's cleared. Barker's going to pick up the loose ball. Still got about 2 minutes left of added on time. Why there's 5 minutes and Kevin's completely missed his header. Hit Bourne, and oh my god. I knew it. I knew it. With no highlights and us leading, I knew that would happen. I mean, oh, what can you say? What can you say? Just a long ball over. Kebe completely misses it. And then from it, you shouldn't be scoring from it. Julian, it's your near post, bruv. Lowestoft 1, Billericay 1, and this is disappointing to say the least. And this will probably be the last little bit of action. Come on, a bit of urgency, guys. Kebe, cross the ball in. Oh, Pennants just know that, and it's a goal kick, and that definitely is the last bit of action for the game. And that was disappointing. I think we could possibly put that down to being FM. Not necessarily in the possession front, but considering they had one shot on target, and it's the one they score in injury time. Look at that. What can you do? It's one of those days, I suppose. I said at the start of the game that these guys, we were going to have to be wary of these guys and treat this game very seriously. But apparently that all fell on deaf ears. So yeah, disappointing. Wasn't good enough. We should have won that match. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So there you have it then, guys. We're still top of the table despite that draw because Tonbridge Angels actually lost at home to Merstham, which is surprising. So yeah, we're still top of the table. There was, in addition to that last minute equaliser, there was another little bit of a sting in the tail because Danny Waldron, bruised ribs, he's injured, and also Alex Smith with a pulled groin as well, so he's going to be out. So these two probably will definitely miss the next game against Hythe. I mean, I probably weren't going to play them anyway, just to give them a bit of rest, but Alex Smith is possibly going to miss the FA Cup tie as well, so we'll see what happens there. Speaking of ties, though, the next game we're going to come back to is Tonbridge Angels. We said we were going to. Could be a top of the table clash, but considering how they're playing, they've lost 2 home games back to back, so it might not be a top of the table clash, but that's the game we're going to come back to anyway. And we'll also have highlights from our games against Hythe, Faversham and Brightlingsea. But today's episode is at a close now, so thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, you would like to see more Billericay Rising and Football Manager 2018 content from myself, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hello, leave a comment down below. Always happy to hear from you guys. But once again, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace!